Okay, today is Monday, November 7th, 2022, 7:43. Can somebody help Detroit, and help me explain how ballots come in that are the wrong ballots? This is Detroit's training manual for how to count absentee ballots at TCF Huntington Center, known as Coble Hall. This is the law right here, which I'll read. This is guidance from the Secretary of State, and these are my ballots. So, what is Detroit doing that's breaking the law? First of all, I don't want to call it fraud. The reason I don't want to do that is because fraud kind of indicates that somebody's doing it on purpose. It is my genuine belief Detroit just doesn't know that they're breaking the law. And us 1,000 workers, by the way, this is Chris Shornack. In 2020, I was a poll challenger. This year, I actually got hired along with like 1,000 other people to work as a poll inspector for the city of Detroit, downtown Detroit, TCF Huntington Center, Coble Hall. And I'll be inspector number 3 at a counting board where there's 4 people that open the ballots and process them. But Detroit is breaking the law, and they've institutionalized it. It's systemic institutionalized. And I'm going to show you how exactly they're breaking the law. How they're doing it is when ballots come in that don't match what's in the electronic record, they count them anyways. The law specifically says those ballots have to be spoiled. The word is spoiled. That means not counted, not processed. And this is what I talked about 2 years ago. If ballot number 286 was mailed to me, Chris Shornack, see that number there, 286? This is my actual ballot, folks. This isn't fake. I'm voting absentee ballot. It's right here. You want to see it? Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. There's my ballot. And here's my wife's. She's ballot number 285. And, sorry. That's where? 285. So I'm number 285. My wife is number 286. When we mail our ballot back, step 1 in the process is verify the voter address and signature. And usually you take a scanner and you go bleep, and it matches in the computer. And it says, yep, here we go, Chris Shornack. This is his ballot. And then step number 2 is verify the ballot number. So if Chris Shornack was mailed ballot number 286, what number should I mail back? That's right, 286. It's a beautiful process. It's a good process if everybody follows the rules. So help me, Michigan. Help me, America. If you don't mail back ballot number 286, where'd you get the ballot from? What ballot is it if that's not where you were mailed? Oh, there is one exception. It's actually written in the rules. If they can ascertain that the ballot is one number off and it's from the same household, oops, the 2 people that live there, husband and wife, they just switched their ballots by accident. That's legitimate. But if I was mailed ballot number 286 and I mail back ballot number 400, and I'm being serious, where could I get that ballot from? And this is what I'm saying is happening in the city of Detroit, and it isn't 1 or 2 or 3, it's a lot. And Detroit wrote it in their manual, take a piece of white 3M tape, cover up the number, and write the right number on there. Ugh, you can't do that. Okay, so here's Detroit's manual. And let's turn to the page. Right here, challenge ballot, problem. Ballot number on the ballot does not match the ballot number in the electronic poll book. What do? Write the ballot number from the poll book in the upper right-hand corner and cover the ballot number with a small piece of 3M white tape. then process ballot as normal. Here's the actual law. MCL means Michigan Codified Law, Section 168.797A. This is some boring stuff. An election inspector shall ascertain by comparing the number appearing on the ballot with the number recorded in the poll list. That's the electronic poll book. That's the computer. That the ballot delivered by the voter is the same ballot that was issued to the elector, the voter. If the numbers do not agree, the ballot shall be marked as rejected, and the elector shall not be allowed to vote. It's black and white. That's the law. You saw the Detroit manual? It says process the ballot as normal. The law says no. So I don't think Detroit is like doing this on purpose to intentionally commit fraud. They've just been doing it systemically, institutionalized for so long. They're like, dude, we don't know. How can we just all work together to get them to do this one thing right? What I witnessed in 2020, it was a lot of ballots, and I had to take a guess because nobody would cooperate. But I was thinking 8 to 12% of the ballots. That for 150,000 ballots, 8% of that, 12,000 fraudulent ballots. That's not good. Come on, we all want every vote to count, but they got to be legitimate. And hey, sorry, if you don't follow the rules and you screw up, well, there's a consequence for that. Now, here's what's called the Secretary of State Guidance, Election Officials Manual, updated October 20, Michigan Bureau of Elections, basically Secretary of State. Right here it says, on election day, election inspectors must first verify the seal number on the absent voter ballot secrecy container matches the entry and the AV list or poll book. If the seal does not match or the seal is missing or broken, contact the clerk and make a notation. And then later on, they go to say, if the ballot do not agree, the ballot must be processed as a challenge ballot. If the ballot number agrees, continue processing. They don't ever define what a challenge ballot is, but the law says it's a challenge ballot. It has to be spoiled. It needs to be marked as rejected. I'm making this video private for now because we're not gonna change anything a day before the election. They actually have some other clause called latches. And listen, I'm not an attorney, okay, so I don't know this stuff. But you can't file a lawsuit 28 days before the election. Some crazy thing they put in there. So we're going to go through this, count these fraudulent ballots, go through it. But this needs to be the last time. This needs to end. So who agrees? Who disagrees? What do you think?